Hi, everybody. Welcome to Body, Mind, and Soul, where your whole health matters. I am Jemima Godsall, the host, and my beautiful co-host, Darcy Mata. Hello. We come to you each week bringing you different topics surrounding body, mind, and soul issues. I am also an ambassador for Theraexpressions Meditation in Casper, Wyoming, where there are two mental health matters. Check them out at therapeutic.com. They do have some online classes, but also live classes in Casper, Wyoming, if you happen to be there. There is a disclaimer down below, and we'll just have to say that, sorry guys. And more importantly, there is a 988 number for Americans, USA residents, and 1-800 numbers there for suicide and mental health prevention. Suicide prevention and mental health help, got it mixed around. So no, you're never alone. That's the main thing. You're just never alone. And this week I'd like to talk about motivation. What happens when you lack motivation? And I was thinking, even it doesn't have to be because you don't like what you're doing. Sometimes it can mean you love what you're doing, but you just have a day where you go, oh, but you have to get it done, and you just feel unmotivated. What did one do? How do we get motivation when we don't feel motivated? Let's start around the topic around things we don't like to do anyway. That's probably easier. Like, how do we get motivated to do something that we go, oh, anyway, too. Das, what motivates you? Like when you're feeling funk,
I struggle with motivation so much.
Really?
Oh my gosh, motivation's really hard for me. And I think part of the reason is because I'm overscheduled and I'm really tired. So when I get to those have to moments, like I really have to, for example, I have to spray the perimeter of our house because we get spiders like so intensely. We get big spiders here. And so it's an old house. And when I say spray the perimeter, I literally mean I only spray around the base of the house, the base and the window frames and the doors. I don't spray the yard or the garden just so they don't crawl into the house is the idea. And it works great, but oh my God, I have to get motivated to do it. I have to, I don't like chemicals. I got to get my stuff together. It takes a while. I have to vacuum the house. I have to clean the house. I have 100 other things I'd rather do. Exercise. A lot of times I have to get motivated to do exercise. And I love to exercise. I used to love to go hiking. Then I had that accident with my ankle.
That's right.
Yeah, it really got me out of exercising because I literally had a cast on for half a year. And then I had to rehabilitate it so I was out for an entire year of exercise. I try to do stuff in my house, but when you're by yourself, some people are great by themselves, doing their own thing by themselves. And some people, like myself, need to be in a class.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing. I was about to say it's very much also a personality thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, because some people are just like boom, boom, boom. Other people aren't. I have phases. I have phases where I'm very good by myself. When I'm in a really good phase, I can set up my schedule and I can do it. And I love working out and it's awesome. I'm at my peak, but then I suddenly go, boom. I'll become like a big slob, and I'll need someone or something around me to motivate me to get going. But it is very much a personality thing, or something that happens with the planets, with our own being, with our own energy. Whatever happens, it seems to be. It comes and goes. It comes and goes, doesn't it? I think even someone who finds motivation hard will still feel it comes and goes a little bit more there present than at other times.
Right. I mean, and I would say that my motivation sometimes really gets sapped just by how overextended I can be sometimes.
Right.
I get so overextended that I just want a day to myself to do nothing. And if I don't give myself a day to do nothing, and I mean literally nothing, I don't mean like a nothing day and you're still doing laundry. Right. Yeah. Because I'll do that. I'll say, oh, I don't have anything to do today. And then I'll do like 3 loads of laundry. So here I am doing stuff. But literally a day to do just what I want. Go for a walk or go sit with a cup of coffee, or, you know what I mean? I don't give myself enough of those moments. So what happens is bad energy starts to creep into your other days. You see, you're really wanting that moment, that day for yourself, to go and just be with yourself and do what, feeds your soul and helps you
To
rest,
recharge.
to recharge. If you don't give yourself that recharge, then it starts to creep in. Oh, I don't want to have to do that. And so then we get distracted and either watch TV or we text or we do all these other avoidance behaviors.
Yeah.
And you might as well just go ahead and give yourself that day instead of letting it creep in other ways.
And it's funny, isn't it? It's either that extreme where you're so busy, too busy, or the other extreme where
there's nothing.
You are lazy. There's nothing, and that's so hard to get out of that motivation too. When you're like, there's nothing. It's like you're connected to the couch, like you cannot move, and it's a horrible feeling to try and shift from either direction. Because it is. It's like you need that recharge, and recharging even from the couch issue, because you got to get that energy going. You got to like flush that energy through somehow to get back into, okay, here's life. One of my tools is definitely movement. Definitely move the body, even if it's like, I mean, I'm fortunate because it's my career too, but it's now I see that it is my go-to if I'm finding my motivation very hard, even if it's just put on a song and dance, like just move the body, shift it, move it, just get that energy shifting in your body. Kind of creates a refresher for going, okay, I've just got to get done. Like if it's something that I don't want to do, I go get done. It moves that energy. Or if I love what I do and I just feel unmotivated, it gets me excited for what I'm about to do. It moves the energy into that, going, okay, cool, yeah, let's go, I'm good now, let's go. But I have to be moving. It can't be a mental thing for me. It has to be a physical shift of energy, which is really powerful, really powerful. But it's amazing how it just fluctuates. It can go up and down, as I said, even if it's something you do love to do. Like, what's that about?
And I was also going to say, there's also power hour. You have to really understand when it is when that inspiration comes on you, what time of day, like, are you an early morning person? Then really allow yourself to be an early morning person. I realized over the years that I am an early morning. I love to sleep in. But then I don't love to sleep in, because when I do and I wake up late, I feel like I've lost my whole day, and it makes me feel really anxious inside. I get really anxiety-ridden. I just slept the entire day away. I've lost it all. Like, I don't even have time to go for a walk. I get all wacko, right? But if I get up early, like this morning, that's why I have dogs, because they make me wake up. It doesn't matter what I did in the last night. I gotta get up when the sun comes up, because this little dog needs to get the heck out of here. So, and I'm really grateful. So, I take them outside early, and it is gorgeous outside in the early morning. It doesn't matter what the weather is. It can be horrible weather, but something about the early morning is just beautiful. So if I have to do stuff that I need to be motivated for me, it needs to come in the morning. By nighttime, I'm a jellyfish, but I have to do stuff in the morning to get things accomplished.
And that can always change, because I know I used to be a major night bug, and probably it was the influence of drugs. But I used to be really motivated at night, and actually even without drugs, I know that I was much more of a night person. But now that I'm getting older, I can't. I'm in bed by like 8:30. And like
you lucky! Oh my goodness! How lucky is that? What?
I can't do anything after 8. Sorry, I'm busy. Going to bed.
Going to bed is important.
It is. But now it's totally shifted, and it's interesting that you said it, because it's changed my whole life, because it's just different experience. Motivation in the morning is so different than motivation at night.
Yeah.
But you give yourself permission for that too, guys. Like you're allowed to change. Just because you explore that, maybe you are changing. Maybe it's just developing different phase in your body and mind and spirit, that you just shift into a different hour. And I thought I'd never get up at 5 o'clock like my grandmother did, and here I am getting at 5 o'clock going, yay!
Right? I did theater and television for years, right? It's all late night. It's all late night stuff. And I go, even in 2019, I was doing theater, and and after the show was over at 10 o'clock, I had to drive one of my cast members an hour to their house because she'd had her car stolen. She had no way of getting the show. I'm like, well, I said, you get here, I'll drive you home. I was getting home at 12:30 at night. I'm like, okay, I can do it. I can do it. And then I had to get up the next morning and go to work. I'm like, I can do this. But right now I go, I don't know how I did that in 2019 because 2023, I get really sleepy at 10 o'clock. It's my witching hour.
That's a really good example of when you're doing something you love, you were so motivated that nothing's going to get in the way of that. So you're motivated to do it, to succeed with it, even if you had to go to work at 6 a.m. the next morning. Oh, well, you're doing it. And granted, you crashed afterwards, but it's that motivation to keep going, to keep committed to what you love and what you do, that came in. So it's just a loaded topic, isn't motivation? It comes in so many different ways, and it leaves us.
Right. I mean, it's so loaded to our mental state. I have clients who are, late middle-aged women who are going through empty nester moment, or middle-aged women go through empty nester time. They have to get motivated to put themselves first. I'm like, take a class in anything that you like. It doesn't matter what it is. Take a class. There's so many classes online. That's a great way to get motivated because you have to show up. So taking classes is a great idea. I'm taking a writing class like right now that I really am enjoying. It's all about releasing your creativity, just to get myself motivated in a different way than I have been doing, meditation classes or, whatever that you kind of think about, take a class. Allow somebody else to give you some motivation. But it's also that mental state of being an empty nester. And now you have to put yourself first. You got to motivate yourself in that way. Right.
Such a new way. Yeah. For so many years, been about everybody else. Yeah. But there are, thank God for Meetup these days. I mean, Meetup, which came around 2019. I actually think it was before 2019, but I'd never heard of it until COVID came along. And I remember being motivated from like about a.m. till about 8 p.m. every day. I was back-to-back classes. That was motivated. I didn't even know I was motivated, but I was motivated. I look back and I go, damn, how the hell? I'm like, just backed. But there are ways to keep motivated with your whatever it is you're moving through. That's what I'm trying to say. Like whatever you're moving through, there's ways to stay on top of it, excited about it, or not necessarily even excited about it, just having the energy to pursue it. So like that surrounding fence around your house, like having the energy to pursue it. So you need a day for you, Darcy. You need to take a day off so then you can have a day where you go do all that sort of stuff.
Right. Absolutely. One of the things that I really love when I have time for myself is I just play music really loud around the house. I just play music, and then I love to go for a walk, and I like to do that early. I'm up already. I might as well don't go back to bed anymore. But that's also, again, I think that's a state of mind.
Yeah.
If the one day off I give myself and I want to go back to bed, that tells me that there's something that I'm not really listening to in me,
Do you think, I was going to ask a quick question. I can't remember. Do you think it's unhealthy if motivation comes from somebody else? Like you're only motivated because you have to do it for them. Do you know what I mean? Is that an unhealthy motivation, or do you think that's healthy, depending on what it is, isn't it?
I think it doesn't matter. However you get your motivation is good. We can't always do everything ourselves. We can't do everything ourselves all the time. We're social creatures. That's just in our DNA. And like we said earlier, some people are great at doing things by themselves, and some people really need the support of others. That's the whole idea behind families and churches and governments and everything. It's that we need each other. And so if you cannot motivate yourself, that's okay. You don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to be Superman or Superwoman or whatever the heck it is. You just go and look for your motivation. And if you need someone to inspire you and give you that motivation, great. I'm glad you found somebody or something. And that's all that matters. All that matters.
Okay, cool. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. Otherwise you'd sit there in your own.
I don't feel tired now. I feel unmotivated. No, just joking. I feel motivated. No, generally, I feel quite motivated. I think because I put myself in an environment and lifestyle that keeps me motivated. I'm pursuing what I enjoy. It's just different reality, and it's very much goes with the flow, though, isn't it? Some days are a little bit less than others, and some days a little bit more than others, and it's like that's okay. It's just go with it. Don't think it's the end, or like don't think you're a failure, or don't think if you need that time out that it's like, oh, you kick yourself. It's not. It's just a process. It's what we have to go through as humans. It's working with yourself through the process.
I think that if you find yourself resisting, getting started, and you're like saying to yourself, I'm lacking motivation here. One of the things I like to do is look at my frame of mind in that situation, right? Like I have a bunch of errands I have to run. I'm not motivated to run it. All right. So what's going on with me in these errands? What's happening? Well, I'm resentful of the fact that I have to use my precious time to run these errands. Okay. So where can I give myself back my precious time? If I have to run these errands with this precious time, then where can I give myself back that precious time so I don't feel like I've lost it or given it away, but I can bring it back? So sometimes you have to kind of talk your way through lack of motivation to find out if it's a mental health thing or if it's a physical. Well, I'm just too tired to do this day. Okay. Listen to
that's a good point. Yeah. Frame of mind. That's very true, because it can be for so many different reasons. As you said, it could be for a mental health reason. So that's something else to look into. Make sure you're gentle with yourself and don't just feel like a failure
judging.
or you're forcing.
You don't want to just judge yourself. Menopause can really mess with your motivation, right? Your energy is shifting all over the place.
It's challenging. And things are hanging all over the place. They're places I never knew. It's delightful. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic, people.
It's a whole nother topic. We should have another discussion about menopause, and how men and women are dealing with menopause, and we should talk about that next time, because that's a big topic, menopause.
It is.
And something people don't like to talk about.
Yes, straight. But things are changing. That's what we're here to enlighten people. That's no problem talking about anything. Right. Dust, did a card pop out?
No, nothing did. So what would you like to ask the card?
Cards are not motivated. What the hey, angels?
You could say, can you give us a perspective on motivation, something to help us with our individual need for motivation? Is there
definitely
somebody or something that would like to come in and say, here's an idea about motivation for you? Let's see if somebody comes to us through this card set. I haven't used this card set in a while. So
maybe that's why. Maybe it's sleepy.
Yeah, maybe it's saying
maybe it's seriously unmotivated. This has never happened before. It's 11:11, by the way, here. So let's make everyone make a wish. Oh, no, quick, over. There we go. Come on, angels. What's up?
Here we go.
Okay,
here we go. So I'm using Archangel Animal card, speaking of angels.
How wonderful. Yes,
by Diana Cooper. Yeah, Diana Cooper.
Beautiful.
There she is. And so we came up with camel.
Okay.
Camel. So her cards are a little more esoteric than the other, if that could be more esoteric. I mean, they're all esoteric, right? But she likes to combine the archangels, the angels, and the animals and the planets. And so a lot of this information I don't have, which is why it's kind of fun to work with her cards, because I don't know that much about all the different angels and all the lore that goes with angels. So here we go. Camel. Be forbearing and patient. Okay. Archangel Jophiel. Camel, incarnate from Lacume, the ascended aspect of Sirius. They carry much wisdom and are waiting patiently to share this with humanity. They will download this to us as we become more telepathically receptive and are ready to progress into the new golden age. That's nice to know.
Yep.
As camels move from meditative empty deserts to noisy, chaotic towns, they are learning and teaching about balance. That's the key there. They are also transforming lower frequencies into light. Much sacred knowledge from Lacumae is contained in their divine blueprint as they pass this into the golden fifth dimensional key lines wherever they go. They are helping to maintain the grids for us. Camels are also demonstrating to us to use our resources wisely. They have learned to conserve what they have, and they use it with discrimination so that there is enough for everyone, including yourself. You are blessed to receive this card of wisdom. It suggests you hold golden wisdom in your divine blueprint and that in your life plan, you have contracted to share this with humanity. This path calls on you to practice patience, forbearance, and humility. You may feel ahead of your time, and many will sense the light you carry and will react to it in different ways. So you will need to stay in balance, whatever is happening around you. If you do not fully recognize who you are, your guidance is to sit quietly, place a golden sparkling light around yourself, and call on Archangel Jophiel, the angel of wisdom, to help you attune to your true self. Then expect the deep knowing held in your soul to start coming forward. So I would say what this camel is telling us, or what this card is telling us, is if you are trying to get motivated and you're doing too much, perhaps you're out of balance.
Balance, it's all about balance, isn't it?
Right? Take some time, get quiet, get back to yourself so that your motivation can come naturally, right? Don't push yourself beyond your limits, learn to conserve.
If you're stuck on the couch, put some music on, and even if you just start listening to it, you're bound, music that you love, you're bound to start to go move in your seat.
That's
right. I mean, you're bound to. It moves you. Like music just moves you, and even if you don't, I'm sure you'll stand up. Just at least do that.
Yeah,
just
take a class, find some like-minded individuals, and remember to always take time for yourself.
Yeah, that camel's such a nice card. What a lovely animal. What a beautiful animal.
It was really
beautiful. Sweetheart. I want to give Camel a little hug. All right, my love. Right. Thank you.
Take some time for yourself, Jemima.
Yeah, and you, Darcy. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We shall be back again next week. And in the meantime, take care of your beautiful selves. Peace out. Bye, Darcy. Thank you. You're amazing.
Bye, Love you.